what up, my beautiful people? Welcome to Disky Football Talk. And today's game is the top of the table clash against Orlando Pirates and Sundowns. And without wasting any time, let's get into the first action of the game. And the first action of the game is we see that Sundowns had a 5-3-2 structure when they didn't have the ball, right? And based on this structure is that we can tell the intentions of what Miguel Cardoso was trying to do. Miguel Cardoso, I think he showed Pirates respect based on why he deployed this structure, and I think tactically as well, this game he won the tactical battle against Wadi, and the reason why I think they chose to deploy the five at the back is because we know that Pirates likes to invert the wingers. So when they have 5 players, they know that this Ndaman, who's the left center back, can cover the Apolis, and then the striker will be marked by the central center back, and then the left winger, which is Mufukeng, will be marked by Mutao. So it's basically a man-to-man when Pirates are attacking. As you can see in this shape, Pirates have the 2 at the back. They have they have the 3 in midfield, and then obviously they have 5 players. This is the structure they usually do, is that they also deploy 5 players in the forward line, Pirates, when they usually play, when they invert Mfukeng and Apolis. So also this structure is to stop the central progression, to stop Pirates from playing in the pockets, try to force them to play out wide, and they defend, but let's continue to see another action, onto another action. And this time around we see Sundowns when the structure, when they have the ball, and as you can see here, it's a 3. They have a box midfield, and then they have 3. They have the 3 forwards. And if you saw the previous action, we saw them when they didn't have the ball. When they didn't have the ball, it was a 5 at the back, and then the 3 midfielders, and then 2 forwards. But when they have the ball, the 2 full backs, they play extremely high. They play as forwards, as wing forwards. As you can see, Tapule Morena, you see where he is positioned. Is positioned as a forward player, as playing in the forward line, as well as Mudiba here. And then what wants us to concentrate on is this box midfield, and I think this box midfield was a problem throughout the game for Pirates. Is that I think Wadu, he didn't know how to deal with this box midfield, because the midfield battle was won by Sundowns. I think that's why they eventually won the game, because this midfield battle was won by Sundowns. Sundowns were they looked more comfortable when they had the ball, and they were able to string passes, and then with Pirates, it wasn't really that. The team wasn't really fluid. Yes, they created chances, but they were not the fluid Pirates usually see. And I think that's because of the midfield pairing that Coach Wadu chose. And that's why I say that in this game, I think Wadu got the tactical tactically, he got it wrong, these tactics on this game was way off, but let's just continue and see how Sundowns progress in this action. That box midfield was a problem throughout the game, man, but so here they're able to defend it, and now we're going to continue to see another action of the game. And in this action is we're looking at Pirates, who had a 4-4-2 out of position shape, you know. And what I didn't when I say Coach Wadu got the tactics wrong is because in his after the match, when he spoke in the interview, you know, he said that he didn't want to press Sundowns. He wanted Pirates to let Sundowns play the ball, and then they were able to like capitalize on the transition, which I think was surprising, you know, because coming into the game, Pirates were the favorites, and when you are favorites, you have to play like that, even if you're playing against a top side like Sundowns, because as you could see, Sundowns respected Pirates and Pirates respected Sundowns, but Pirates were the favorites, and I feel like they should have played into that, be more intentional. But they were not pressing Sundowns, and not pressing Sundowns is like you're just asking for problem, because Sundowns, they know how to play, you know, they know how to play the ball, you know. As you can see, they're not really pressing, they're just trying to keep that shape and not really press. And I think they could have like gotten more joy if they pressed that back four. I mean, those two center backs, which is Kekana and Daman, you know. I think they could have done something better if they pressed, but they chose to back off and like play mid block, which was really surprising, you know. It really surprised me, because as you can see here, Sundowns is just like, you know, recycling the ball, just passing, you know, not really penetrating, but also they're not playing under pressure. As you can see, there's no pressure, they're just passing it around, no pressure, you know. And Sundowns is a very dangerous team, and if like you continue giving them time and space, eventually they will start creating chances, you know. And yeah, it was really strange for me, like when I was watching the game. I was like, why did like Coach Wadu choose to not like put pressure on them, you know? Like I didn't understand it, man. As you can see, man, like they have like the bulk of the position, like playing 1-2s, you know, just moving it around. Look, now the spaces are opening up. Okay, they defend, but you could see that eventually like the spaces were opening up, you know. Yeah, but let's go into another action. Another action, which is the penalty shout for Pirates. As you can see here, this is another action, right? This is the penalty shout for Pirates, and then which will lead to Sundowns' goal. So as you can see here, Tito looks onside, so that's the first action, is that he looks onside. And then here, like I don't know how the referee didn't give that as a penalty. Like from my like points of view, I don't understand how he did not give that as a penalty. I mean, like I don't understand. Like you be the judge, you know. You tell me in the comment section if this was a penalty or not a penalty, you know. Clearly, look at that. It goes through the player to get to the ball, you know. So I don't understand how the referee didn't see that. But after that straight action, Sundowns plays it forward, and they play it forward, and then that's how they get the goal. And but also want to highlight what Nuno Santos did here. I mean, look at the pass, man. Like Sundowns has, like, that's why when I say you shouldn't give players from Sundowns time, because when you give them time, they're able to pick out such passes. And if you can see here, look, there's space here, right? But then the defender here is ball watching. He doesn't see this player over here. the player who's Leon, who was making the run. The players are ball watching, and it's a beautiful goal, man. And Sundowns has been playing those passes. There was a game where I watched where Morena scored. It was a similar pass like this, where he scored with the header, and it was a pass from Jaden Adams, who I think, to me, if it wasn't for Leon, I think he should have gotten the man of the match, because he was brilliant in that midfield. He passed that midfield. And then we're gonna go to another action, and we're gonna be looking at the shape of Sundowns, man. And this is the build up to their second goal. This is the build up to their second goal, and I want to pay attention to their combination play, and also why Pirates, like, giving them time on the board is very dangerous. And as you can see, the structure here is that they're building up with a 3 at the back. We have Mudau as the right center back, Kekana in the center, and Damane on the left. And then we have this box midfield again, this box midfield, which was causing Pirates a lot of problems, but let's continue and see how they progress. Easy. Like, Sundowns had a lot of time on the ball, man, and I think that's why it caused Pirates a lot of problems. And I thought maybe Coach Wadu was gonna see this in the second half. Look at that, they're able to play through, and then Mutiba gets the ball, and then he plays the ball, man, and then it's a goal, man. That pass from him was a special pass as well. Like, that pass, man. Mutiba, man, one of the top left backs in the country we had, man. He also had a great game as well, Yeah, he also had a great game. And yeah, this was tough to watch, being a Pirate supporter. It was tough to watch, but it was a good game. It was a good game, And then we move on to another action, and this is the build up to the Pirates goal. And as you can see, is that in the second half, Pirates started to play the ball behind the defensive line of Sundowns. They were no longer playing the ball into feet. Players like Apoli started to make those runs. They were no longer coming short like in the first half, where they wanted the ball to feet. Now they were starting to stretch the defense, I think, which started to get benefits from it. Then it's a cross. I think Butsuma should score from that position, man. He was unlucky to hit the pole, but man, you have to score from there, especially as a striker. You definitely have to score from there. And then it's a deflected shot, and then it's a goal, man. Yes, it's fortunate for Pirates, but hey, man, a goal is a goal, And they had at least something to to try and fight back, but the comeback, it didn't materialize, but at least it was something. On to another action, man. And like I said, Pirates, they're not applying any pressure, man. They're allowing Sundowns to play, and also they were not really organized. They were not really organized. So as you can see here, Mbutuma, look at the space between the players. There's no aggression, even trying to close down the player who has the ball. And as you can see, Mbutuma is the one closing down Kekana, and then we have Dito, who's on the left, closing down Udao. Nemtejela is with Jaden Adams, and then we have Apoli is here, who's he's closing the space in the midfield, but he has to close down this player as well, but he's also keeping an eye on this player here. So yeah, let's just continue and see how they continue. You see, Debs receives the ball without any pressure, and then they play it out, and they're able to play, and then they recycle the ball again and again. Like I said, Pirates were playing a very dangerous game. How can you leave a player with the quality of Dave Zamokwena with such pace, a player that is able to dictate play? You know, like I don't understand what they were trying to achieve. You know, because look at the space. This is the second time, like you saw from the first action, he received the ball and he was able to play to Modiba, and then again now he still has like space. Nobody is marking him. It's just his time on the ball, which is something I didn't really understand. You know, I didn't really understand this, but this is a continuation. You know, Sundowns are just passing the ball. Look at the tempo, slow tempo. They're not in a rush because they're winning. You know, they're not in a rush. Pirates has the one, and then you play, and then again, like what I want to say is that Sundowns, man, like this game, like they played like champions. You know, they're not really in a rush, and from this like shot we see here, you can see that Mbutuma is closing down this pass from to Williams, and then Mufukeng is closing down Kekana, and then Mdebjela is with Adams here, and the free man is Mudau. So they're gonna play a third man pass, you know, like pass it to Adams, and then he's gonna play a bounce ball to a same time pass, I mean, to Mudau here. And then if you were to ask yourself, why doesn't the Hoto, the left back, jump the line and come and close down Mudau, is that you'll see in the next action why he is not able to do this. You know, okay, he receives alone. This is why Hoto couldn't come out and close this man down, is because look at the overload Sundowns has on the last line of Pirates. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against 4. You know, it's 5 against 4. So we have Morena here who's pinning down Hoto. That's why Hoto couldn't jump up and come and mark this guy Mudau here. So he chose to keep the line here. And I mean, like I say, man, like man, Pirates were outplayed today. Yeah, simply put, they were outplayed. Tactically, it was like worse. You know, they couldn't like touch Sundowns, man. And you can see, man, there was really no aggression from Pirates as well. Like even if stoppage here, as you can see, there's also there's an overload on the left hand side. Look at this. There's 2 players open in this area. It's just that Sundowns didn't like capitalize on this move, but like it was just to show that, like, man, there was like Pirates were like, man, they didn't have a really good game. Like for me, maybe someone else would say like, yeah, they had a good game, but to me, they didn't really have a good game. And yeah, man, that was the last action of the game, you know, from my analysis. And let's just continue the conversation in the comment section. You can comment what you saw, what you like, what you didn't like from both teams. Who was your man of the match, you know, based on the play. And see you next time, and comment, like, subscribe, all that YouTube nice stuff, you know. You guys, please do it, you know. And I appreciate everyone that watches these videos. Yeah, I appreciate every one of y'all. Thank you. See you next time.